Howdy you sexy YouTubers and welcome to my channel. My name's Josh. I'm gonna give you guys a tour of my cheap, tiny, bougie camper van because why be perfect, glamorous, and fancy when you can be bougie as So on the outside there's nothing to say about this thing, it's just a van. It looks like I'm going to work. I did put some WeatherTech rain deflectors on here, which are absolutely amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and skip the passenger seat and the driver's seat and the engine because who wants to see that? That's boring. You all want to see the bouge. No bougie build would be complete without Walmart quality products. Am I right? So here's my Walmart special part of the van. Mainstays curtain, blackout curtains, mainstays curtain rod, and mainstays curtain rod holders, of course. I did Gorilla Glue some magnet strips on the center here, so they just stick together like so. The corners, I found these at Menards. They're really strong clip magnets. Of course, Walmart quality. The curtain rod started to bend, so I hung this little hook up here and zip tied it because, well, bougie. So underneath both the passenger seat and the driver's seat, there is a ton of room. There is about 6 inches of space under here. So under here I keep all my tools and supplies, emergency supplies, tire pump. I have a shower mat I keep in here. So yeah, it's basically my garage. Underneath the driver's seat, you probably can't see very good. I keep my bag of chargers, another bag of chargers for my refrigerator, my solar battery, my camera equipment and mounts, really weak 40-watt solar panel, which I will be upgrading for my solar battery. I'm not going to take anything else out. A gas can, some bungee cords, and I got some camera accessories underneath the seat. So I'm going to go ahead and get the biggest elephant out of the room, my Reflectix on my window. This window, and there's another one on the back window. I was originally going to cover these with some sheets. I ended up not doing it and just leaving to come up here and test the van. I'm up in the Superior National Forest, been up here for over a month. I would love to put some windows in this thing, but because I'm such a bougie broke boy, that's probably never going to happen, unfortunately. Sorry. All right, on to the real bouge here. So one thing I am kind of struggling with my build right now is my clothes storage right now. Suitcase full of clothes. Zipper here, I just have toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, and stuff like that. I will be getting some seat storage for my passenger seat, and that will be my new spot for toothpaste and toiletries and stuff like that. I realize this is going to be difficult to film in this tiny van, but right back here is where I keep my video game collection. I have 2 Nintendo Switches. One's an OLED model, that's why. And it's the Legend of Zelda Special Edition. Of course, I have my games. This is awesome. I found this on Amazon for like $25. It holds 48 games in this awesome little rubber casing. Super sweet. I highly recommend it, especially if you're a Zelda fan. I also have the survival handbook down here. So I should start reading this and start learning because I'm an idiot. I also have an emergency rain poncho underneath all that. Another thing I have shoved way down there are a pack of these moisture absorbers. I'm trying them out in my van to see if it helps with like condensation and stuff like that. Not sure if it works or not. Also right next to the video games, I have my hiking backpack, and inside this backpack I have, it's basically a bug out bag. Slides right up in there like that. As you can see, I got a camping mat right here. I originally had it by the door, but it gets wet, and it is still wet, of course, and it never dries because this is a super cheap, crappy mat. Do not buy these green ones. On the end, I opted for a rubber mat now for my foot traffic and my wet shoes to sit on. Works way better than the green mat, that's for sure. In order to get my 12-volt refrigerator out, I have to move my mats and pull it out like so. The 10-quart version, very tiny, but I tell you what, it cools extremely fast. And it uses no power at all, about 25 to 30 watts. So at the very back of the van here, I have my bug net. It's an RV Monster. I got this off Amazon, and this one was for the Sprinter City van, and we all know these tiny vans are basically all the same. I also have a couple collapsible coolers and a spare rechargeable battery fan over here, which I'll probably be taking out, and I'll have more room in here. So yeah, that's pretty much the bed, and underneath the bed, let's get to the real, more bougie part of the van. Oh yeah, we are now bougieing it up. So this is my power supply. Looked like a Jackery, but it is an Amazon knockoff, of course. Why not? Cheap and bougie. And to be honest, so far, I've ran my 12-volt refrigerator off of this thing for 3 days, and it didn't even use 50% battery, so I'm actually pretty impressed with this thing. I bought this thing for under $300. And so I've been keeping my battery right here. I might put a little strap or something around it because it's kind of nice to have right here. Because this can fold down and you have a nice flat spot over above it. And then I have a nice little table for my devices to get charged right here. So I might actually keep this shelf right here. Obviously you can see underneath it I have all my crappy canned food because I'm a broke boy and I can't afford anything else. I'm not really sure what to do with my food storage yet, so this might change in the future. Oh yeah, we got a lot of bouginess going on here, don't we? So this whole setup right here, I will probably be changing this. So what I think I'm gonna do with this section here is, you know those plastic 3-tiered shelves at Walmart you can get for like 20 bucks? I measured it out and I think it'll fit perfectly right here, those 3 shelves. Or it'll just look a little cleaner and less bougie, but I don't know, I kind of like the bougie. And so up here I have rice, oatmeal, coffee packets, hot cocoa packets, you know, basically stuff that can be in packets. I have a box of cereal back here. My coffee mug sits perfectly right here and does not move. Right now I have a flashlight chilling right here too. As you can see, I have a knife right here. Fits perfect right on there for emergencies. Underneath, I know it's gonna be hard to see here, but under here is basically my kitchen utility stuff. So I have bug spray, fire starters, cleaning wipes, paper towels, extra propane, stuff like that. So also up here, I have my 1 pot and my 1 cast iron skillet because I'm a broke boy and can't afford anything else. I actually have this rechargeable battery powered bug zapper. I've only used it once and it killed some gnats, but I don't think it kills mosquitoes, unfortunately. I also have another rechargeable fan, which I got these off of Amazon if you guys are interested. I got it on sale for $10 each. So then my dad actually gave me this propane stove because I'm way up north in Superior National Forest and he thought it was going to be really cold, but it's actually been extremely warm and nice and beautiful. So I haven't had to use it. So it's just wasting space right now, unfortunately. So this will be getting out of my van. Here I have my Coleman propane stove. It's just a single burner. And then behind that is my 5-gallon water jug. So this is actually where I'm going to be putting my refrigerator eventually here. So once I get my shelf in here, I'm going to move my dishes and my stove and stuff into a tote and put it where my refrigerator is under the bed. And I'm going to put my refrigerator right here for more ease of access because it is a total pain underneath the bed, I will tell you what. All right, going to my one cupboard, I have a latch on here, which do not use these latches. Oh my gosh, this thing is so horrible. The ones that flip up and pull back like that. So when I'm driving, this thing will vibrate up to the middle and then it vibrates back and then I take a right-hand turn and this flies open and then all my dishes go flying and crashing and it's like boom, boom, crash, bang. I'm like, oh, there goes all my dishes again. Like I said, this is my one cupboard and here, gotta make sure you smile. Like I said before, this is all my dishes. So going above the kitchen here, I am using it as a spice rack. It's supposed to be a corner shelf, as you can see here. Works great for spices up here, which I forgot all mine. So I just have salt and pepper, cheap salt and pepper. Because, you know, bougie. I got a little thing of olive oil because I'm trying to be fancy, not less bougie. Once I do get more spices, I'll probably put more here. But right now I have just a little propane thing. A spare flashlight and my propane stove up here because I like to make coffee and hot cocoa all the time. It's nice to have easy access to that. I have napkins, a little towel, and my Mrs. Meyer's lavender hand soap because they gotta stay fresh and clean when you're bougie. The thing here is my water pump. It's just a battery rechargeable pump from Amazon, real cheap. So cheap even, it actually has Chinese writing on it. Just pumps out water like so. And so it has the water tube going down to my water jug you saw earlier. So then as you can see here, I just Velcroed a really cheap thermometer here so I can make sure I can see what temperature it's at. Another thing I'll be adding is actually a little shelf right here so I can put my keys, phone, and wallet right here safely so I never lose them. So I'm using puck lights instead of LED strips because I'm a broke boy and I didn't want to spend money. I took these off of my retro video game collection bookshelf, which I am super proud of, and I will show you guys a picture of that real quick. So yeah, these lights are nice because all you have to do is just push it, the light will come on, and you can push it again. It'll turn red, which you all know that I love my stealthiness. And then you got a green and a blue, and then it goes off. Got one at the back, one above my kitchen, and then one right above my Walmart special curtain. These lights are also controlled by a remote control. So I just Velcroed my little remote to the side here. So with the remote, I can change the colors and make them fade and do all this cool stuff with it, so I can really set the mood. In the future, I will be adding foldable brackets on my back doors, both of them, and I'll be putting foldable tables back here so I can open the doors and use them as a cooking spot or something. As far as my pillows, I have one pillowcase with a spare jacket, a spare sleeping bag, and a Legend of Zelda blanket, which I'm actually going to show you guys because it's freaking awesome. I got this at a local retro game store. You could probably find it online, I'm sure too. Just a replica of the original Legend of Zelda gold cart in a blanket form. It's microfibered as well. So soft and comfy. Alright, so that was pretty much all the bouginess. Let's take a look at the passenger seat and the driver's seat. So my passenger seat is being used as my garbage can. As you can see, my passenger seat is a total mess. This is where I've been keeping my firewood, my hiking boots. Like I said, what bougie build would not be complete without a Walmart shower? The roof rack works great as a hanging point for my shower. It can be a little difficult, but if you kneel down low enough, you can shower your hair very easily. If you need it to go a little higher, you can just lay it right on the roof, and you have a little more room to clean your whole body. As far as the driver's seat, nothing to say, except it's just the typical Ford dash layout with the incredibly horrible Ford sink that I absolutely hate. Got some frisbees and some frisbee golf discs. If I ever come across a course, I can go frolfing. Board box that I use as a target. In this box here, I have a slingshot and slingshot ammo and extra bands for a said slingshot. Over here, I've got a blow dart gun that I shoot at the cardboard box. Of course, every bougie van build can't be complete without some black ice trees. I also have a dash cam and backup camera system I keep up here, which is where I mount my dash cam right there. So this is the power plant on this beast. I never see anybody really talk about the motors on these. So mine actually has the optional 2.5 liter 4-cylinder motor, whereas I think the standard motor is actually a 2-cylinder or a 2-liter motor. So you get a little increase in power and quite a bit more torque actually with the 2.5. I've been getting a consistent 27.5 miles to the gallon, which is very nice. Alright everyone, so that's my bougie van build. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I know it's a little bit dirty and it probably needs a wash job. So you're not going to get no fake YouTube aesthetics on this. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.